Hey, it's Seth from Citizens Disability. Today I'm going to tell you what you need to know about applying for Social Security disability insurance benefits in the Pacific Wonderland, Oregon. Every state's different. That's obvious and everyone knows it. But what's less obvious, what most folks don't know, is that applies to SSDI claims or Social Security disability insurance claims as well. Because of the way the Social Security Administration structures this process, the state you live in can have a real effect on an applicant's waiting times and on their likelihood of winning their benefits at each step of the process. We track this data pretty closely. We've updated our numbers as we do every year in February, so this Oregon data is certified fresh for 2021. Now, as you may know from watching some of our other videos, and there's plenty of them, there's basically 3 steps in the SSDI application process. You got the initial application, reconsideration, and the hearing. Now, those first 2 steps, initial application and reconsideration, are handled at the state level by state-run disability determination services, agencies who work on behalf of the Social Security Administration and follow all the same rules and all the same regulations. Now, as you can see from this chart coming in from the right, over the past year in Oregon, about 40.7% or 40.7% of initial applications for SSDI benefits were approved. You can see how that compares to this national average at 38.4%. It's a difference of 2.2% to the good side, leading the average. You can see how Oregon has done over the years, going back to 2010, and we can see that overall Oregon has stayed at least slightly ahead of the national average for every year going back for a decade. As we made this video in February 2021, Oregon was ranking 21st in the nation in terms of the rate of approvals at the initial level. That's not too shabby, but it still does mean that in Oregon, about 6 out of every 10 initial applications for disability benefits are being denied. Now, if those odds, 6 out of 10 being denied, make you a little bit worried thinking about your own potential claim, it's understandable, but there's no reason to panic. First reason not to panic, you got people like us here at Citizens Disability, specialized disability advocates who can help with the application process to improve a claimant's chances of success at every stage. If you want to see how an advocate could help you with your claim, click this little banner up here in the top right. You can watch a video all about it. Second reason not to panic is that being denied at the initial application level does not have to be the end of the road. That's because when people get denied at initial application, typically they're going to appeal that denial and ask for reconsideration, or recon as we call it. Reconsideration is also handled at the state level. As this chart coming in from the right will indicate, it is actually pretty rare for people to get approved at recon, that second stage out of 3. You can see that's reflected in both this Oregon data and the national data. Oregon, with an approval rate of 14.8%, is a little bit ahead of the national average of 13.7%, but they're still pretty low numbers. You can see how Oregon has done over the last 10 years as well, and we can see that Oregon has sort of bounced up and down around the average for basically the whole decade, and it's just recently surpassed the national average. Overall, in 2021 so far, Oregon ranks 20th in the nation in terms of approval rates at reconsideration. Now, the majority of people who apply for SSDI benefits in the United States do have to go to the 3rd stage of the process, called the hearing. That's going to be true for applicants from Oregon as well. Now, we got a ton of information on our website and other videos here on YouTube all about the hearing process if you want to get the details. You can even see what a hearing is actually like. Again, just click this little banner up in the top right there. Short version though, if you've been denied at reconsideration, you're going to appeal that denial, and then you're going to go to a hearing in front of an administrative law judge who works for the Social Security Administration at the federal level. This is another area where all the states are very different. Most states have at least one, but usually several SSA hearing locations throughout the state, and each one of those individual offices has their own waiting times and their own approval rates. In this chart coming in from the right, you can see how Oregon fares on average across all their offices against the national average for approval rates at hearing. And it looks like through 2020 and into 2021 so far, Oregon is coming in at 55.1% on average. Compare that to the national average here of 51.1%. Oregon's a little bit ahead, ranks 14th in the nation. Now, when you do that appeal and you ask for that hearing, we should warn you, it can take a pretty long time for that hearing to actually happen. And of course, we have a video all about that too. You can just click the little banner in the top right there. When it comes to hearing wait times for Oregon, you can see them here in the blue bars. We have a national average of 11.4 months of waiting time before the hearing. We can see that across the state of Oregon, the average is 11.9 months, basically just under a year. As you can see, we have more than one hearing location in Oregon. You can see that the shorter of the two wait times in the state is at Eugene with a waiting time of 11.1 months, and the longer waiting time in the state is Portland with a waiting time of 12.8 months. So overall, Oregon does have that slightly longer waiting time with one office shorter and one office like kind of a bit longer than the national average. You can also see that each office has its own approval rates. Those are the red bars. In looking at the 2020 data leading into 2021, we can see that the best situation is Eugene with an approval rate of 57.4%. Things are slightly less strong over in Portland with a rate of 54%. But overall, like both of these offices are ahead of the national average. So when you combine that together, basically overall, Oregon is about 4 points better than the national average across the state. So in looking at our data all together, we can see that for approval rates at hearing, Oregon overall, as we said, ranks 14th in the nation, while for hearing waiting times, Oregon ranks 28th in the nation. The important thing to remember here about these waiting times that we're talking about for Oregon and for these individual offices, those are average waiting times. Some folks may get their hearings quicker than those average times we're showing you, but some folks are going to have to wait longer, sometimes even a lot longer than those average numbers. Now, we have got a lot more data about Oregon at our website, www.citizensdisability.com. You can check it all out. Come and visit us. Click on our state-by-state page and click into your state. We update our data every year so you can stay current on what's happening and have up-to-date information at your fingertips. And believe me, it does change every year. Now, if you're thinking about applying for SSDI benefits, no matter where you are in the country, no matter what the approval rates there look like, we strongly encourage you to please get help from a disability advocate, like us here at Citizens Disability, or a local specialist attorney. Especially after looking at all these approval rate numbers, you want to have the best possible chance at getting approved. That's what an advocate can do for you. At Citizens Disability, we've been helping regular folks all across America apply for and win their SSDI benefits. We've been doing it for over a decade. No advocacy group is more aggressive than we are, and no one handles more cases per year than we do. If you'd like to see if we can help you, no problem, just come visit us. Again, it's www.citizensdisability.com, or you can just call us at the number on the screen. Hey, thanks for watching our video about applying for SSDI benefits in the Pacific Wonderland, Oregon. If you liked what you saw here and you want to see more, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button down there and then ring the bell so you can get a notification when we publish more videos. Hey, do us another favor. Tell us what you think in the comments section down there. We got a ton of content on the SSDI process, how it all works, and how we could help you. So please feel free to explore both on the website and here at YouTube. I hope I see you again for another video soon. Until then, I'll just say thanks for watching. And of course, have a great day.